So Grayscale, GBDC, been trying to convert that to a ETF for 6 or 7 years now, right? And so the fund was launched about 10 years ago. The goal of Grayscale was to have an ETF. And so the SEC kept saying no, 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 no. Last year, Grayscale said, okay, enough's enough, we're gonna sue you because you're being arbitrary and capricious because you're allowing a futures-based ETF, BITO, under the 1940 Act, and you won't let a spot ETF approval under the 1940 Act. So you can't use the same law and approve one and not the other. And so Grayscale sued the SEC. Right after that, BlackRock, back in August, this fund that we're hearing about today, that fund was launched back in August of last year for people in BlackRock to fund it, okay? And the reason they did it is because you have to let that mature for 12 months using what's called Rule 144A before you could apply to have it convert to an ETF with a ticker symbol and a CUSIP number. And so what I think is going on is the SEC knows that they're going to lose this lawsuit, and they don't want Grayscale, which is a crypto startup company owned by DCG, to control the market. So what they're doing is they're allowing the traditional finance companies like BlackRock and Fidelity filed for a private fund around the same time. They're letting them catch up. So all this is the delay tactic until August. And then once August comes and Fidelity and BlackRock and Grayscale, they're gonna line them up like horses at a horse race and just let them run, all at the same time. They don't want to just let Grayscale run, right? So yeah, I think it's just a delay tactic. And so I'm very confident that, the ETF will get approved. Another reason that I think it's going to get approved, which is even a bigger reason, is because if you look at this year, we've had 3 of the 5 largest bank failures in American history happen this year. If you look at how Coinbase and Kraken and the exchanges are set up, they had to be set up as money transmitter agents. You needed a money transmitter license to, so Coinbase and Kraken, these crypto exchanges, they're tied to the banking system, right? So, you have all these, this web of crypto companies that are tied to the banking system. And when when those 3 banks failed, what happened to Bitcoin? It doubled. It went from 15,000 to 30,000, right? And so our banking system is based off of a fractional reserve system. So when you put $1 into the bank, they loan out $10 on that. So if too many people go and try to get their $1 back, the whole system collapses. Well, the crypto companies have the tripwire. If too many people start taking their money out of the banks and buying Bitcoin with it, the whole banking system collapses because the money's not there. And so by allowing an ETF, you're cutting that tripwire and you're moving it over to the brokerage firms, the investment firms, so people could buy Bitcoin with their investment money and not their bank deposit money. And I think that's the real reason that the SEC is kind of like, okay, let's get these ETFs going so we could cut that tripwire to the bank system.